All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is pretty nice out today. I gotta say, the clouds that were in the sky looked pretty nice and pretty, but it's still cold.
It is still cold, but yesterday was so rainy, especially at this time
Yeah,
yesterday. Lansing set a new daily rainfall record yesterday.
really.
Yeah, picked up very close to an inch of rain, so it was definitely a gross way to start the day yesterday, but today is better. But we won't see a ton of sunshine today, I don't think. Maybe late in the afternoon we could see some breaks in the clouds, but I think it's generally cloudy throughout the day. But the travel conditions leading up to Thanksgiving, I think, are going to be cooperating in a big way.
Good.
So that's some welcome news, not only here locally, but I think for most of the region, we should see some pretty quiet weather heading into Thanksgiving. So outside this morning, a live look from my US 127 Skycam does show the dry roads and quiet commute that's underway. And looking at satellite radar across the entire region, there's just not a lot going on. The rain from yesterday is moving off to the east, and we are seeing just a few sprinkles or maybe a few flurries off to our north. But I think that will stay for the most part dry, and we should see at least some breaks in the clouds, but I think it's going to be more clouds than sun today. So if you're going to be traveling through the lower peninsula,
That looks great.
yeah, all of them, I think, no issues, nothing major that's going to happen on any of the area highways. And if you're going to be traveling by air,
That's cute.
this is what's happening in Lansing right now. No issues really happening at the Lansing airport. We have a temperature at 35, and we have a mostly cloudy sky. And we'll show you some other cities around the area. If you're going to be flying into Chicago or Atlanta or New York, looking good. Same thing with Detroit and Grand Rapids.
Wow.
Also not seeing any issues. There is a major storm system that's off to our east. It's the same one from yesterday for us, but that's going to move out over the Atlantic Ocean, and we'll see some quiet weather for a lot of the country. Now,
So does that mean the Macy's parade is going to be nice and
I think so.
good?
Yeah.
Good, because you can see that right here in WILX.
Yeah, and the forecast here locally shows temperatures climbing up into the middle 40s tomorrow, with just a few clouds as we head into the afternoon. But I think it's going to be a pretty nice Thanksgiving. Especially if you remember last week when Thanksgiving looked like it was going to be cold and snowy.
It did. Yeah,
Now
I
the
remember.
forecast has just changed so much over the last several days, and Thanksgiving's not looking too bad. If you're going to be traveling anywhere across the region, this is the forecast for the next couple of days. You can see from Port Huron to Alpena, Marquette also looking good. Traverse City, and even across the lake over in Green Bay and down towards Chicago, also seeing temperatures in the 40s, with not much going on across the Great Lakes region, which I think we'll take for the holidays. So it's some welcome news depending on where you're going.
I will say we don't talk about Green Bay this week.
Should I cover it up?
Yes.
I can't.
Okay.
I can.
Yeah.
No.
Just for no. And Deer is here playing with the recycling truck on the desk.
Yes, I should not have put Green Bay on there ahead of the
Yeah.
game on
Do
tomorrow.
like Racine or something? I don't know.
Or put Marinette, Wisconsin.
There you go.
But looking at the 10-day temperature trend, though, we do actually have a very weak cold front that's going to come in tomorrow. It's not going to have any moisture with it, but we are going to see our temperatures fall on Friday. So any Friday shopping plans that you might have, 34 for the high, and the overnight low Thursday night into Friday is pretty cold as well. But then we'll stay in the 30s even as we head into next week. So we definitely do flip the script a little bit. Average high is 44, and we'll likely be below that beginning Friday and lasting into next week as well. So it's definitely going to be getting a little bit colder here as the doorbell rings. But as we look ahead, one thing I do want to point out as we head into the weekend is that we're dry Friday, we're dry Saturday, but watch what happens on Sunday.
What is that?
So we have a weak storm system that's going to come in from the south. Oh gosh, I pushed the wrong button. Here we go. Right here. And that's not rain showing up on this. So watch what happens as we get into the afternoon on Sunday.
No. You're so happy about this, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited. But this is just one of our computer models.
Okay.
Many models do have at least some system come in here on Sunday that could potentially bring us some light snow. Depending on temperatures, we'll have to see about travel impacts for Sunday. Right now, it looks like we may stay above freezing, so this would be mainly on grassy surfaces and things like that, and the road should stay mostly wet. This is one of our more aggressive models, but it's the Euro model, which I typically lean towards in the longer range. So we'll keep an eye on this. It doesn't look like it's a major system for us, but it could be our first actual, more than a dusting.
But you know what? It held off past Thanksgiving. It held off past the game. I'm okay with that.
Well, the one thing too is that Sunday's a very busy travel day.
Oh, that's
You
true.
know, right after Thanksgiving, so that's why we'll be keeping a very close eye on this system. It may change. You know, we're still several days out, so we have a lot of time to watch it. But at this point, it does look like that there could be some snow showers on Sunday. But again, it's not a major system, but we'll have to keep an eye on it just because we do have the opportunity at maybe seeing some light accumulation with that. So it's something to watch for sure on Sunday.
All right. Well, there you have it. Again, that's a few days away still. But now, is this the map where it shows that it's in the air, but it may not be hitting the ground, or is that something else?
No, I think this would be reaching the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. That typically happens if we have a lot of dry air in place. But yeah, it's something we'll keep an eye on. Our other model, the GFS, which is the American model, kind of has a system going a little bit further to the south and not really bothering us too much. But there's some big differences once we get into the weekend and beyond with our models. But definitely something worth watching. A very weak system that's going to come in. So I don't want everyone to think, oh my gosh, it's going to snow a bunch. No, if we do see it just like this, in fact, this model right here does not show more than 2 inches of snow for us. So so we'll keep an eye on it. But again, temperatures are going to be a big deal there, depending on how cold we are. And then road impacts will then obviously be affected by that. So we'll keep an eye on it on Sunday, just seeing what's going to happen.
Did he say it's going to snow a bunch on Sunday?
He did, Darren.
Okay.
All right, that's all you wanted to do. You wanted to push the button on the truck and say that. Oh, I thought he was going to come back for it. Bye, Darren. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, well, this might be the last time I get to use the rain and thunderstorm one.
Yeah, honestly, I got to get you the snow one.
I know, I got to find it. I think I have it from last year.
Yeah.
But this is the First Alert weather app. It is free, it is easy to use, and you can find the weather wherever you are, especially if you're traveling around the state or the country this weekend. Or
Yeah,
this
that's
holiday.
a really useful tool is that you can use it and it can give you the forecast for where you're at. So download it today. And obviously, as we get closer to this weekend and with that potential at seeing some light snow on Sunday, that we'll also post video updates and let you know if anything changes about that, and keep an eye on it for you.
So I just opened mine up, and if you go to radar on the bottom right, there's 4 options for what kind of radar you want. And I have precipitation, 24-hour precipitation, temperature. I like that one a lot. But my favorite is the road conditions. That is so helpful, especially this time of year when you're planning a route and there's still construction going on and stuff like that. So that's very, very helpful. So not only is it free, but it's very, very easy to use. So I think it's like the #1 weather app in Mid-Michigan.
It should be. Yeah, it's definitely very useful, and and the push notifications alone too, letting you know about watches and warnings and any of our updates that we put in there. It's just so user friendly, and it's definitely something that you should have, and hopefully you download it because as we head into the winter, tracking these storm systems that are going to come in, that's the best place to go.
All right. Well, you are sticking around for News 10 today at 11?
Right, yep.
All right. Man of the hour here. He's been working all morning. And he's staying for 11? Wow. Well,
I'm excited.
here is what you can expect. Go. There we go. Little bit of a lag there. But here's what you can expect on News 10 today at 11 with Colton and Taylor Gattoni. We have some more travel tips for you this Thanksgiving. It's one of the busiest travel days of the year. So we got some tips for you if you're flying, if you're driving, or if you're taking a train. We have all of that for you. Plus, a pretty unique Titanic quote-unquote gift that you can get for those on the naughty list. You heard about this one, right?
Mm-mm.
I have the article on my desk. I will show it to you. Actually, Andy Provenzano showed it to me yesterday. So it's pretty interesting, and we will take a look at that. Plus, today marks 60 years since the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. We're going to take a look back at that day and what has happened since with all of the reports and everything like that. And don't forget, we are also hosting our Toys for Tots drive, as you may have seen with all of the things that Darren wanted to play with on the desk. You can find everything you need to know on WLX.com under the hot button issue, and it will tell you where you can drop off the locations where you can drop off new unwrapped gifts for children in need. And don't forget, it's not just babies, infants, children. don't forget about those older kids too, the 13, 14, 15-year-olds. And if you scan this code that you see on your screen right now, you can pause this video if you have to. Scan that QR code with your phone. It'll take you directly to our Amazon wish list. And what you can do there is you pick out the gift, you purchase it, and it gets sent directly here to the station. So you don't even have to drive out to a drop-off location. That is a really easy, very, very easy way to get a gift here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get some more, maybe, I don't know, jazz up the desk a little bit. I've had this stuff here for a while, and I need to get rid of that truck because Darren plays with it so much the batteries might die.
You would be surprised at how much we are testing out the toys.
It's quality control, really.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, that is what is coming up. Colton will be back on your screens at 11 a.m. with Taylor Gattoni. I will be back here hopefully this afternoon with Tim Stout to take another look at the Lions game and the Michigan-Ohio State game. And at 2 o'clock, Taylor will be here with another look at your weather, plus what Studio Tennis has coming up and what our news team is working on for over 90 minutes of news, starting with First at 4. Whew, that was a lot.
Hang on, who do you got winning the game on Saturday? She's a Michigan fan, so.
So are you.
I know.
Like, what?
I think they'll get it done. Go Blue.
I do think that my favorite part about the rivalry, though, other than the tradition and the legacy, is how the schools come together for, like, the charity stuff, like the blood drives and stuff like that, the bets that the governors have. I like the nicer side of it, too. I still don't like them, but I like the nicer side that the schools come together and do a lot of good out of the rivalry.
Well, we said this morning because Ohio State does the thing where they block off all the M's on campus, and I said, well, I'll have to get rid of all the O's in my graphics. But that'd
Ooh.
be a lot of O's.
Yeah, it's kind of not fair when it's a vowel.
Yeah.
But you can get rid of Green Bay, though, because I don't think they're going to win at Ford Field on Thursday.
Oh, no.
So
9-2, here we come.
that's right. Got to plan my Super Bowl party. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys later.